Some of our colleagues just came in now. Introduce yourselves. Hello, my distinguished. Some of our colleagues just came in now. Introduce yourselves.
Planning, who is unavoidably absent. He is abroad. The Honorable Minister for Budget and Economic Planning is unavoidably absent. He is abroad on official duty. Thank you.
Okay, we just go straight to the business of the day. If you look at the agenda, what we have is opening prayers, chairman's opening remarks. So I will give my remarks now. The Vice Chairman, my distinguished colleagues and stakeholders. Let me begin by appreciating this platform for constructive engagement on the current state of our national budget finances. The physical pressures confronting us today call for frank discussion, coordinated responses, and above all, renewed discipline in public financial management. Over the years, we have made commendable progress in strengthening our budget frameworks, but recent realities, declining revenues, rising debt services costs, and unpredictable oil receipts demand a fundamental rethink of how we plan, allocate, manage, and how transparently we can communicate so that we can understand where we are. Our focus must now shift from envelope-based budgeting to a performance and priority-driven system, where every naira is linked to a measurable outcome. Fiscal sustainability can no longer be a slogan. It must be the guiding principle of our budget principles and processes. We must also address revenue leakages, improve expenditure efficiency, and strengthen coordination between Ministry of Finance and the Budget Office. Greater transparency and accountability will restore public confidence and ensure that budgetary allocations translate into tangible development impacts. In closing, I wish to reaffirm our commitment as a committee to supporting the ongoing fiscal reforms, to working collaboratively with the ministry and the Budget Office, and to ensure that what happened in 2024 and 2025 will not happen in 2026. And those beyond truly reflect national priorities and deliver measurable results for the Nigerian people. So the purpose of this meeting today is for the Minister of Finance, the Honorable Minister of National Planning, though he's not here, but the Director of Budget, to give us the status of the 2024 national budget. It is an appropriation act. It is a law of the land. Where are we? Where have we started with the 2025? We're in October, last quarter of the year. We're supposed to start preparing for the MTEP, medium-term expenditure framework. Supposed to have been here by now, if we are to go by the law. So the reason for calling for this meeting is to know the status. Where are we in 2024, 2025, and what is happening about the 2026 MTEF, before we start talking of planning the budget for 2026. Thank you very much. That's my short remark. I will indulge to I will seek the indulgence of my colleagues that after the opening remarks from the Honorable Minister of Finance, we will go into executive session. And this executive session is going to be exclusive. When I mean exclusive, even the secretariat staff will have to excuse us. So let's listen to the Honorable Minister. Yes. And I'm sure as a team, they must have also discussed, because I'm sure he knew, or they all knew why we want them here. So if we allow him to make his remarks, and then after that remarks, we can take your, the observation you made, and then the observation from the other distinguished colleagues.
Before the proceeding with Chairman, that's the question the chair needs to put across.
No. I have put in that question, I think. You are here now. I think you came late. No, but I asked. No, I asked. FIRS, and then the Honorable Minister. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Okay. FIRS, I'm just receiving a correspondence from them, a communication from them, and I will read it loud. I will read it loud. The office of the chairman. So why did you hand it over to me? Okay, let me read it. The chairman, Senate Committee on Finance, National Assembly, re-invitation to an interactive session. On behalf of the Executive Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, we wish to once again express our profound appreciation to you for your understanding leadership and continuously giving the service all the support it needs to deliver on its mandate. The purpose of this letter is to convey the Executive Chairman's apologies for his inability to honor your invitation to attend the meeting scheduled for Thursday, 9 October 2025. This is due to the fact that he is engaged in another urgent national assignment on the same date. Considering the above, we respectfully crave the indulgence of the chairman to graciously reschedule the executive chairman's appearance to another date convenient to you. While the service is very much committed to nurturing our long-standing and highly valued collaboration, we regret any inconvenience his absence may cause. As we look forward to your kind and favorable response, please accept, as always, the assurances of the highest regards of the Executive Chairman. So we have correspondence from FIRS. We can now deal with it maybe after, and I heard the Honorable Minister gave the apology of the Minister of Budget and National Planning that is outside the country on national assignment as well. So are we good to, thank you. So Honorable Minister of Finance.
Director Funds is here in the Accountant General's office, and the Chief of Staff to the Accountant General. And so when you look at those 5 invitees, they're all accounted for in one way or the other. Once again, we do appreciate, as always, the support, the encouragement, and indeed the collaboration with this all-important Senate Committee on Finance, and indeed the whole National Assembly. Where we are is this. At this point in time, all agree that we do have an economy where the major distortions have been removed, an economy that is stabilized with inflation coming down, and with the economy accelerating in growth across all sectors, not just agriculture, but even industry. And if you say that the economy is growing in the last quarter in the second quarter of 2025, at the rate of 4.323%, it masks the fact that in terms of the various sectors, the all-important job-creating industrial sector grew at about over 7%, and in fact, 7.45%. And the importance of that is that it's almost double population growth, and it is there that you now can get the economy producing enough incomes to lift people out of poverty. Against that backdrop, the emphasis now is on growing the economy across all 46 sectors, and thereby lifting Nigerians out of poverty in their millions. As far as the 2024-2025 budget implementation and performance is concerned, we'll give the details. 2024, effectively, given the commitments we have, is high performing, potentially, because it runs to the end of the year as mandated by you. And 2025, also, we have committed to, and we have 2.5 months or so left. We are committed to also having a good performance under 2025 capital budget. And finally, as the chairman has said, we all are committed as a group, as a team, and as people that are working together to ensure that the implementation overruns, I will call them, the extensions of the capital budget, which occurred in 2024 and 2025, will be a thing of the past. That's an important commitment that we are all making together. So in terms of the medium-term expenditure framework which precedes all budgets, we will hear, hopefully, from the Director General Budget Office in the absence of the Honorable Minister for Budget and Economic Planning. Once again, I thank you for this opportunity to collaborate, to rub minds, and to produce the best that we can of budget performance in 2025, and looking forward to a very much improved footing for the 2026 budget. I thank you.
The Honorable Minister, in the release of payments for capital projects in 2024, what percentage? And when we're talking about capital, I will also want you to mention to us how much percentage has been settled in terms of the recurrent.
Thank you, Limi Wakakon. I have the people that have the figures. So both the Director General Budget and of course the Office of the Accountant General will give us with pinpoint accuracy response to your questions.
Distinguished Chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, the Vice Chairman, Senate Finance Committee, other senators, members of staff of the National Assembly, the Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, the Accountant General of the Federation, other members of our team, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are pleased that this interaction, which could have occurred earlier, is taking place now. We do understand why it was not possible to have taken place until now. We have had a very turbulent year, a year in which most of the assumptions underline the 2024 budget as well as, the 2025 budget turned out to be other than we had predicted. Oil revenue that had been assumed at $75 per barrel nosedived to between 10 and 15 deficit. As a result of a very high inflation rate, which affected the rate at which we borrow, the performance of debt service significantly exceeded target. And again, the unforeseen effects of the Petroleum Industry Act 2022 have compounded our situation.
DG budget.
Let me finish here, Mr. Chairman. Can I continue?
Well, you know, we want
Reallocation of the amount retained of gross oil revenue, which the new act gave 30% of the revenue and gave another 30% of the gross oil and gas profit to Frontier Exploration Fund, in addition to the federal government covering the operating cost of the NNPC, ensured that not less than 70% of the oil revenue that used to hit FAC is now lost against the Federation. And of course, the output itself was less than had been envisaged in the MTF and the budget that was approved by the National Assembly.
Okay, I think we'll go to closed session, and after the closed session, the press should hang around because we'll bring you back to give you updates of what transpired in our meeting. Thank you. Deliberations to do with the fiscal policies, to deal with the economy, and especially we've spoken about the budget. We have heard the position at which the 2024 budget is, and what the position also of the 2025 budget, and the expectations we're having for the ministry to, as a matter of urgency, bring the MTF for 2026 to 2029. And the minister has briefed us, and we have collectively agreed that we are making progress, but we need to do more progress. We have heard from the Accountant General, we have heard from the Director of Budget where we are with the budgets. The payments that have so far been released, the warrants that have so far been signed, and also regarding the 2025 authority to incur expenditure for agencies to be able to release their capital projects. We've all had that, and we have agreed that we are making progress, and we expect that with what Mr. President have done just this week, sending a letter to the National Assembly requesting for more approvals to loans to be able to see that the 2025 budget is also taken adequate care of. We've all agreed that we will want documented evidences of the performance of 2024 and our expectations for the 2025 budget before we start talking about the MTF for 2026. And the Honorable Minister of Finance have agreed to oblige us to give us that progress reports. And we have agreed to reconvene because this meeting is just adjourned. We are going to reconvene on the 23rd of October so that at that point, we'll be able to, after looking at all the documented progress reports that have been sent to us, after we have perused them and studied them very well, we'll be able to now see where we are as far as the physical policies, how they are working. So with this, I want to thank the Honorable Minister of Finance for taking his time and my distinguished colleagues for asking all the cogent questions. And that shows how we are all very much in the same lane working for the Nigerian people. So I believe if the budget works very well, the economy will work well, and there will be food on the table of Nigerians. So with this, I want to thank the press for giving us all the support too. In 2 weeks, we will continue. Thank you very much.